Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. I am Ashley with Journey Employer Solutions. We are going to be going over ACA rundown. So this is just basic information at this point in the year. We're trying to kind of get ahead of getting this out to our clients and allowing our clients to kind of have a little bit better idea of what we do here at Journey to help our clients out. Um, I will warn everybody, we have not had any sort of significant information passed out to us yet on dates. And until I get an actual confirmation on those dates, when forms are due, when they're due to employees, when they're due to the IRS, until I get a solidified answer on that and know it's from a reliable source, we will not be discussing necessarily any due dates or deadlines right now. This is more kind of informational on what we're doing, a little bit about ACA for those that don't maybe know what it is, but please just keep that in mind. Again, we will not be going over specific dates today. So just in case you were expecting to know exactly when things are due, we don't yet know. And to be honest, the last 2 years, those dates have changed quite a bit. They've been extended on both the employee as well as the IRS deadlines to get them in. So we'll keep on top of it. As soon as we hear anything, we will most certainly know, let you know as the client here. This is going to be rather short, so don't feel like this is going to take up a whole heck of a lot of your time today, but we'll go ahead and get started. So biggest thing, let's see if we can get started here. Biggest thing, what is the ACA? So a lot of people know it as Affordable Care Act, PPACA, Obamacare. This is just, these are kind of the most recognizable names, I would say, that when people say, when people say, what is ACA? Or somebody says, hey, the ACA, or if they say the Affordable Care Act, this is kind of just a little bit about what ACA is. It was enacted in 2010, and it came out with three different goals, and three primary goals, I should say. The first one, to make affordable health insurance available to more people. So that was kind of the main and primary goal in releasing something like this. I'm sure you all were aware of the changes that it kind of brought as it came out. The second, to expand the Medicaid program to cover all adults with income below 138% of the federal poverty level. So this was, again, supposed to kind of help a lot more adults out with coverage that they could afford. And then last, to support innovative medical care delivery methods designed to lower the cost of healthcare in general. So, this is not the opinion of Journey. So, please don't take this and say Journey said. This is straight from the IRS or healthcare.gov website. So that's a great place to go, good reference point, just to kind of get more information about what ACA is. What does Journey do to help? So we have an ACA tool. We've had it for the last couple of years. And what it allows us to do is help our clients. So because we run your payroll and we have all the numbers and we have all the payroll amounts, it makes it really nice for us to be able to help with your ACA needs, because we have a good chunk of the information that is required to turn in when you look at having to become an applicable large employer. You've hit that 50 mark. And now they're saying, hey, guess what? You need to comply with ACA requirements. So what our tool does, it reports the payroll amounts monthly. So we run payroll, whether it's weekly, biweekly, semi-monthly, or monthly. Those reports are automatically uploaded into the ACA system on a monthly basis per compliance, requirements, so that you guys don't have to worry about doing that. That is all done from our side. It produces the required forms. So there are two sets of forms, one set of forms for employees and one set for employers. And so it does those forms for you. It gets them rolled out. It puts the information on them that needs to go on them. It does require a little bit of help from your broker, but again, number 3 there, you have online access to jump in and be able to add anything like benefit plans that might be updated. So clients that have used this in the past with us, Obviously, you're going to want to make sure you get logged in and get those benefit plans updated in the system. You're going to want to make sure that your broker is aware of any changes that you guys might have so that you guys can get in here and get those things updated. If you're new to this, and this is something you're going to have to comply with, we will absolutely get you the information that you need, get your broker the information that they need. We'll work with you to get signed in and logged in and going. So definitely don't worry about that. And then next here, opt-in. So this is the biggest piece, I think, for us as your payroll company is the opt-in letters that go out. So starting first part of November, we will basically pool all of our clients and decide who is hovering on that W-2 count around 50 employees. So you might have 40, you might have 140. And it relate to us, it's just kind of that magic number that we look in and see. It could be that you get an opt-in notice and it's because you've had a lot of turnover through the year, but you don't maybe necessarily have 50 full-time equivalent employees. If you are concerned about that, we're happy to help jump in and kind of walk through the process with you. We'll walk through it with your broker if you have a broker. But this is the biggest piece, is that opt-in letter. We send them out again beginning of November. They are due to us at Journey end of November. The dates will be listed on the email that goes out, so you will not have to question and wonder what that deadline is. But it will be due the very last part of November. And I have to say this is really important to pay attention to. Anybody who gets their forms in past the deadline that we give clients will not be able to use our ACA tool. That is one thing we have to be very sticklers on our side. That has to be, again, you have to make this a priority if you're kind of hovering around that mark, just to make sure for you and for us, we're not pushing ourselves into a corner where we can't get out of. So it is very important that pay attention to those emails that come out, pay attention to the numbers in your system and our system. If you feel like you need to comply, you're going to have to get that opt-in back by that date. Otherwise, you're going to have to go find another company, unfortunately, to help you out. And the cost is just astronomical, as well as the work, because they'll need your payroll reports. So again, that's why we want to help you. And then that's just kind of a snippet of the email. Do not worry about taking a screenshot of this. I promise it'll be, the opt-in letters will be in those emails. You'll see everything clearly. The pricing will be on there. So you don't have to worry about any of that at all. Confused. I know this is a big thing. So if you're confused, don't feel like you're the only one. This is definitely something that, since it has been rolled out, I can promise you nobody has a really firm grasp on it. Nobody has all the answers. Nobody knows what they're doing over somebody else. But we've got some really good resources. We've got some wonderful people we've worked with. And so I feel like we've kind of got, a leg up when it comes to helping clients walk through the information that they need to know. One of the big pieces is that we can run a 411 report for you to help determine your counts. What I need to make sure you understand, though, is that in order for us to produce a report that is going to help you out at all, you will have needed to report payroll with hours for not only your hourly staff, but your salary staff as well. So those salaried employees who may be full-time, which is why they're on a salary and you don't necessarily track their hours, if you can start using in the online system, start reporting their hours so that those reports can be more accurate. We're trying to kind of help clients walk through this as they sign up with us. Those of you who have been with us for a while, it's something we'll work with you on. Again, if your counts are as high as, the number we're looking at, we will definitely sit down with you and have you start reporting some more stuff so that we can get more accurate counts. But we do have kind of we call it the 411 report to help get us a baseline at least of what we can work off of. And then your broker. Obviously, if you have a broker, it's best to make sure that we get them involved from the beginning just so that they can log in, they can access the system, they can answer or ask any questions. It's best that we're all on the same page going forward so that we don't, undue stress is just not it's not needed for this kind of stuff. So, we'll work with your broker, we'll work with you as the client, in making sure that this all makes sense, but that you all get the tools that you need to go forward. And then this is a slick that Candace in our office has created for clients to kind of help you. It's a little bit of a roadmap here to kind of help you determine, where do I even start? How do I know if I'm a restaurant and I have 70 employees, but I wouldn't say they all work full time. So what equivalent, what does that equate to when you break it down? And do I have to comply? Do I not? What does this mean? So this roadmap is going to be really helpful for you in determining compliance, but also it goes through some penalties, which is a big thing. I will tell you, from the past 2 years, they're starting to roll out some penalty notices. We've seen a couple come through on clients that failed to have any sort of compliance with this prior to starting with Journey. So I do have to tell you, we've seen those go out. We've been contacted by companies that should have done it and didn't do it. So make sure that you really pay attention to this kind of stuff, because this can be very expensive with the penalties if you don't comply. I did put in the handouts on the go-to webinar here. I did drag and drop a file in there for you guys. So it's a PDF there in your handouts section. Please save that. Please download it. If for some reason this passes and you realize you didn't download the PDF, just reach out to me. I'm happy to send you the PDF. If anybody's on here and they say, hey, I need somebody else to look at this, I think my boss needs to see this, or whatever the case may be, I can definitely send a couple of these out if you want. Just go ahead and reach out to me, for more information. But this is going to be kind of a good place to start, like I said, for anybody that might be on the fence or think, maybe they need to comply and they're not sure. But and I believe, yep, that wraps things up. So, and I'm going to bounce. Let me see. I don't know if I can bounce back, but if you have specific questions to your company, it is best that you reach out to me directly at this point. I will get you in touch with the people internally that kind of handle our ACA, but the first stop will be me. We can sit down and go over the 411 report together. We can sit down and go over the opt-in ahead of time if you're kind of trying to get an idea of where you guys might fall. My contact information is there. Because of the time of year, I will tell you, it is probably easiest to catch me on email right now. You're more than welcome to call the office. You can leave me a voicemail. Again, with the time of year, I'm just kind of out and about a lot more than normal. So go ahead and shoot me an email if you have questions, or if you want to get together, or if you just want to say, hey, Ash, I need a little bit of help to go through this. Please don't hesitate to reach out. I would rather us get this done ahead of time, and very much ahead of time, especially because right now we, like I said, do not know those deadlines for certain. And like I said to you in the beginning, they have been extended in the past, but we do not believe in assuming that they will be extended in the future as well. So very important to make sure we stay on top of this. We will blast out any sort of information that we get in regards to those dates. And then any changes that we have here internally, we'll make sure we get those sent out as well. But if you are of that higher employee count, be prepared to see something come through with an opt-in. If you don't receive an opt-in and you feel like you should receive an opt-in, then please reach out to us so that we can kind of discuss your situation. Thank you so much, everybody. Again, I really appreciate everybody's time. Contact info's there, so reach out. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.